Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/citizenho. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hello there.
Hola.
And welcome to episode 112 of Citizen Ho. I'm Scott.
I'm Kevin.
And we've missed you guys.
Yeah. Aww.
September's
Did
been
you
a
miss
little,
us?
Inopportune for podcasting, but we're going to try to make a better commitment
yes.
for the future. Just to give you a brief overview of September, I had some minor surgery, then Jewish holidays happened, and we're lazy.
Yeah. Lazy, surly, whatever.
So mostly we're lazy.
Maybe you.
What do you mean? You're lazy and surly too.
Maybe surly, not quite so lazy. Maybe.
So I have the baseball game on mute while we do this podcast. So it's currently bottom of the fifth, game 4, Yankees-Cleveland. Yankees are leading 5-3. Man on second, nobody out.
Ooh, maybe they can not blow this lead.
It would be nice. The thing that I've said is, regardless of what happens, I'm considering the seasonal victory for the Yankees. They were not expected to even make the playoffs, and they have a young core that I like that they're structuring around, which is a guy I saw last night said it the perfect way. They're the 1995 Yankees, not the 1996 Yankees.
Yeah, probably.
They're not quite ready.
Yeah, I would go with that. Oh, God, I remember 95. That was the year they lost the ALDS to Seattle, right?
Correct. They won the first 2 games and then lost the last 3.
Yeah.
Well, the format was different then. I think it was the wild card was 1 and 2 at home, and then 3, 4, and 5 was away, I think.
Something like that.
Now it's 2, 2, and 1.
Yeah.
So, I got some exciting news.
Ooh, do tell.
I've been elected.
Not that I don't already know. But
I've been elected president of the United States.
it might be a slight improvement.
Hashtag slight improvement.
Okay.
Nah, on Monday, I am starting a new career.
Ooh.
I will be a plus-size male model. No, I'm just kidding.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually going to be working in maritime insurance, developing a new application for them.
Wait, developing a new application?
Basically,
Ooh.
as they have a shoestring claims application that's like 5 or 6 things that's being held together on threads and really outdated technology. So I have this one very marketable skill that's not very common, and they want to do it in this application language. So I got a job.
Okay. For whatever reason, Zencaster is having a lot of digital breakup tonight, so it's tough to understand things.
I hear you pretty clearly.
Okay, I don't know.
Do I sound garbled here?
Right at the moment, no, but before you did.
All right. Well, what I said is I'll repeat myself since everyone else can hear me, but Kevin can't. I will be developing a new application for the Maritime Insurance Agency. I'm a specialist in this Oracle language called Application Express, and that's what they want to use.
Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Mazel tov, and I don't know what other words there are for
Getting
it.
nice money, amazing benefits. The only thing I don't like is it's all the way downtown.
Ah, yes. The fun of shitty commutes, but hey,
well,
I commuted all the way downtown from Riverdale, so.
Yes, but it was still basically one zone commute for you. You didn't have to pay an additional commuting fee.
True, I didn't have to do that, but I had to. But I have bus and 2 trains.
Yeah. True. I mean, the way I look at it though is I'm currently working 8:30 to 5:30. My hours here are going to be 9 to 5. So that extra half hour I'm not working will be part of my commute. So I don't
Okay,
think
well, as long as it actually will be 9 to 5. I mean, I guess it depends on
Yeah.
whether or not that some kind of emergency comes up, but...
Yeah. Like I said, I usually left closer to 6 anyway. Granted, I would get in like 8:50, but who cares?
Yeah.
What's going on in your boring life?
It's late. It's late. I'm sleepy.
You're old.
Crazy 2-year-old. Yeah, that's what happens when you have to chase a 2-year-old around all day.
Is he an Energizer bunny?
Yeah, yes and no. He still kind of needs his nap every day, but
So do you.
well, yeah. The joy of power naps.
I don't like napping during the day. I feel it makes me hard. It gives me a hard time sleeping. But a lot of times, I'll fall asleep on my commute home.
Well, that's a brief nap.
Yeah. For the first time in 10 years, I have a cell phone bill again.
Wait. What? Your old job paid for your cell phone,
Yeah, I was on the company phone.
and this one. For some reason, I thought before you still had your own bill. You just it got reimbursed or something.
No. What we did is Marissa's phone we were paying for. But she was on her family plan, and I would just send her mom a check every month. I joined that plan also, and we're going to just send a check every month. I don't have unlimited data anymore, which kind of sucks, but they have 24 gigs a month. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, that should be plenty.
It's 8 gigs, plus you get an extra 8, plus Verizon has this rollover plan, so it ends up being 24.
Okay. Even 8 gigs should be more than enough.
I was using 6 to 7 before, but I was also didn't care. I'm going to try to limit the amount I use now.
Yeah. So I guess the new job you're not on it. They don't pay for your cell phone at all.
I asked about it. I never heard back, but I get a $600 gym reimbursement. That'll cover the $50 a month for my cell phone.
Okay.
One way to look at it, right?
Yeah, more or less.
I picked up the Galaxy S8 Plus for now. I'm going to check out when the Pixel XL 2 comes out to see if I want to change, and I'll swap them out if I want to. But I think I like this phone, so I think I'm going to stay with it.
Yeah. My cell phone battery is I don't know. It can barely even make it through the day lately, although the last couple of days I think I've used it a little bit more than I usually did, so maybe that's why. I'll see how it does tomorrow, but it's really dying.
Well, talk to who are you with?
By 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm down to 40, between 35 and 45%.
Oh, see, with my old phone, I was like that at by 1 o'clock, I'd be down that low.
Okay, I heard none of that. I heard my old phone and then.
I said on my old phone, it would be down by about 1 o'clock. I'd be at 40%.
Yeah, well, you always used your phone a lot more than me.
Mm-hmm. True. I've been trying not to use it as much, though. Oh, Yankees scored again.
Yeah, once again, I heard nothing.
Yankees scored again. Did you hear that?
No.
Did you hear me say, did you hear that?
I'm hearing lots of just garble.
Oh, this is going to be a great podcast. I hear
What?
you clearly. This is going to be a great podcast.
Yeah, I'm still getting nothing.
All right. Okay.
Aren't you on Fios? Aren't you supposed
Yeah.
to have a good internet connection?
I have 75 up and down. I think it's you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in an 80s music video right now.
I'm getting 80 megabits per second. Can you hear me?
Now I can. I heard nothing before that.
I said I'm getting 80 bit. I'm doing very fast on my internet. Thank you very much. I just sent you a picture.
Okay.
81 megabits per second. As I was saying, what was the last thing you heard me
Yeah,
say?
I don't know. I get over 100 megabits per second down, and
I only paid for
30 or
75.
40 up. Yeah, well, I only pay for 100.
Oh, but I get 75.
Yeah, I got nothing again.
So, Las Vegas.
Yeah, because, we didn't have enough mass shootings.
No. Well, somebody I knew said the great thing. Things that you don't want to hear multiple times in your lifetime. Worst mass shooting in the history of the United States.
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean, Kevin and I both, our thoughts and prayers are with everybody, but it's just something needs to happen. Like, the gun, I don't understand, like, everyone's like, oh, gun reform doesn't do anything. Give me a break. Just like, if you could save one life by making it a little harder to have a registry of guns, and if there was a red flag, this guy bought 23 guns in a year, the FBI should have been looking into him.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
The ATF is crippled with, they're not allowed to have a searchable database.
So what, they have everything on paper?
Yeah, they have like microfilm. It's like it's as John Oliver said. It's like not even as good as an old card catalog with microfilm from a library.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like going to the library.
Exactly.
Back in the day.
And I was reading like this whole thing, and like the NRA lobbies for that, as well as the CDC to do research on gun violence. They block that as well.
Yeah, that I know.
I mean, I came up with an idea. Require insurance on guns. What is more American than requiring a premium for freedom? Who was it that said tax the hell out of bullets? Was that Chris Rock?
That was it wasn't tax. It was bullets should cost $5,000 a piece. So it wasn't tax them. It was just make them really expensive.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can almost understand having a gun for protection. You know what? Someone comes into your house, you want to protect and defend. I can get that. I can get hunting as a sport even. I sort of understand that. But some of these rifles, they serve no purpose but to kill a lot of people quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel I've read some things that, it sort of makes sense as far as not so much for hunting, but, maybe for protection, but depending on who and what comes at you. So, yeah, and I think there was some article that I read where they said they basically phrased the AR-15 as like it's almost like this all-purpose tool. It can be used for a lot of things aside from it. It's not really an assault rifle. In fact, the term assault rifle to like an actual gun enthusiast, they'll tell you like it's kind of a meaningless term.
Yeah. AR does not stand for assault rifle. It stands for Armalite, the original manufacturer. Yeah. Basically, an AR-15 is a non-automatic version of it's based off the M16, right?
I don't know. I
think so.
I've seen pictures of it. It looks like they're probably similar.
I think it's like the non-military version of the M16.
Maybe.
And did you see the video about how these bump stocks that I'd never heard of before last week?
I haven't seen the video about it, but from what I understand is basically they allow it to fire almost like an automatic rifle, but apparently it doesn't fire nearly as many rounds as a fully automatic.
No, because the magazine max doesn't hold as much as a fully automatic, and it's also not as quick. Because what it does is basically you take out the back of the gun and you put this thing in, and it uses the recoil to bounce back, so it's for a quick reload.
Okay.
There's a whole video on it. It's actually kind of interesting. Like I said, I really try to educate myself on things, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's when I come across things that are from the other side of an argument, I'll try and read it, or at least look at it. Read at least part of it, just to get get a little bit of the other side.
I'm very careful of what sources I use for it, though. Like, this bump stock thing I saw, there's a whole guy I forgot, he has a YouTube channel about guns, and he showed how they work, and I'm like, okay, that's a legitimate article. It wasn't like anything special or anything. I mean, the guy clearly had an NRA bias, but he wanted to explain to people what it was.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
It's kind of interesting. I recommend watching it. I can post the YouTube link in our Facebook page if anyone's interested.
Night. Sure.
And then, but like, everyone, the thing that always bothers me is, let's put it to this way. September 11th, 2001, roughly 10 men changed the way we fly. Right?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Okay, flying wasn't a great experience before. Now it's absolutely miserable. You basically go to the airport, someone shoves their hand up up your ass to make sure you're not carrying a weapon, and then you can go on a plane.
Well, not quite, but
You understand my point, though.
yeah, to a degree.
And, like, because of what happened, we changed the rules. But because, like, you have to insure... In order to have a mortgage, you have to have an insurance on the house. In order to drive a car, you have to have insurance. Makes sense.
Yeah, but in order to drive a car, you have to be licensed.
Yeah. I mean, each state, like, getting a gun in New Jersey is actually extremely difficult. I was reading the process of it. I think New York is pretty hard. California, they're some of the hardest ones known to man. There's states like Texas where I think you just have to, like... I think you just have to be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Have a pulse?
Not even. I think you have to be, in utero to get a gun. Couldn't think of...
Okay, then. Well,
just-
if you're in utero, you have a pulse.
And just, well, I just think, I think the 3-day waiting period, if you can't wait 3 days for a gun, there's a reason you shouldn't have one.
Maybe. Well, it depends. Again, you have to think about it from, like, if somebody needs it for some form of protection, they don't want to have to wait 3 days
If
just
somebody
to
needs
get
it for some sort of protection, if they know they're in imminent danger, you go to the authorities. Right? Hey, my husband's beating me. I need protection. Okay, let me go to the police.
Yeah, no, that's not the kind of protection that you're talking about. Somebody who doesn't... You're thinking in terms of somebody of being in an urban or suburban setting. Some of these people are... I don't know if you've ever... There's shows about some of them. These people who live, like, totally off the grid in, like... They're like homesteaders. They live, like, in the middle of the woods. They have... they don't have power. They don't have running water.
But they have guns.
But they have guns for hunting, but not just for hunting. For like if a bear comes in, like comes to the house or comes by, it's stuff like that. Things that from that in your upbringing and the way and your life, you don't think about that kind of thing.
Because I'm seeing. Woohoo!
Whatever.
Bottom of the 6th. Yankees lead 6-3.
Oh, they got another running.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
All right.
Wow. Now they show 4. It used to just be runs, hits, and errors. They had runs, hits, errors, and left on base. The Yankees had 8 left on base.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, hey, if they can, as long as they hold the other guy off from scoring any, it's okay. But not necessarily the stat you want.
And what else is going on? Anything else we need to discuss? I can't think of anything. Oh yeah. What's his name died? Tom Petty.
Oh yeah. That was kind of sad.
Yeah. And something else is dying in 2 months.
In 2 months.
AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh yeah. True.
We're probably 2 of the 5 people that still used it.
Yeah, some of my friends from college signed on to AIM for the first time in like probably 3 or 4 years. When that news came out.
I wonder if like all the news came out to see if people will sign back on and start using the service, so they'll keep it around.
No, because even if people did it, people would just sign up for the novelty of it, and then they wouldn't use it regularly.
Social media has pretty much replaced chatting.
Yeah,
I mean, AIM
between Google Hangouts and Facebook Messenger and all the other options that are out
AIM
there.
was great when we were in college before social media. How we kept in touch with each other in college.
Yeah, well, that was how we kept in touch in college.
And now they have like Slack or Microsoft has, I forgot what it's, Microsoft People for like team stuff that you can use for work, and Hangouts for personal, as well as Facebook Messenger, iMessage, all the fun stuff.
Needless to say, there are a lot of other options for that kind of thing.
Correctamundo, dude.
And
But it's still
just
sad.
nobody uses AOL anymore, so AOL is just not at the forefront.
Yeah. AOL, yeah. It's amazing how the internet's like, think about it this way. Probably about 95-ish is really when the web started picking up, I want to say. Like sophomore year of high school.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Like I remember on
that was very early. But
I remember on Wheels we had the list of people. There was only like 3 or 4 people that had email addresses on it.
Yeah, that seems about
By
right.
Pilgrimage,
Okay.
there was a lot more people. I think that's when AOL started getting really
Yeah.
big.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, maybe like between 95 and 97 was really when the internet started taking off. I mean
thereabouts.
kids in college were using it, but it was like text-based stuff. Like Pine and Elm and Unix stuff.
God. Yeah, Pine and Elm is what the Syracuse IT department was telling us to use for email when I first started my freshman year.
We were using Eudora then.
Yes, I recall.
Outlook kind of has taken over the main email client, I feel.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, actually, Outlook and now a lot of even companies are using Gmail.
Well, yeah, but you
can sign up. You can run your company email server through Google.
Yeah, but you could still use Outlook.
Yeah, you can, but some people just use Gmail for it.
A lot of things have started going cloud-based because that's the new buzzword. Email, by definition, is cloud. I mean, why? My company, we have an email server. I was trying to get my boss to change to Office 365. He didn't want to do it because he felt it was too expensive. And I'm trying to explain to him the cost of building a new one will cost him a lot more than it, but he didn't want to hear it. Our email was down all day yesterday. I didn't realize it because I got to work. I got off my work phone, so I didn't put my email back on my new phone on Saturday. And then today, the email provider we use for the stuff was down for hours, and my company relies on email. My boss doesn't care, so I stopped caring. I tell people when they complain about email, I said I don't want to hear it. Go to him.
Yeah. Bosses that don't want to spend money.
But
penny wise and pound foolish.
But it's not even that though. Like, the cost of a new server is just ridiculous, especially for a company as small as we were.
Right.
Like,
but that's why a lot of people can use things like Office 365 or Gmail.
Yeah, Google. Those
options.
are the two biggest names in the game right now: Office 365 and Gmail. I have to stop moving away from my microphone, or this is never going to record properly. This may be a lost episode.
The baseball game will still be going on after we're done.
Probably.
Come on, it's baseball.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did you watch the wild card game?
I watched some of it, I think.
Oh my God, that game lasted like 14 hours.
Yeah.
I think there were like 18 pitching changes in it.
Oh, that's right. I watched some of it. I didn't watch the early part of it, and then I turned it on a couple hours later, and it's like, why are they only in the 4th inning?
Severino won a third of an inning.
Awesome. He obviously lasted longer than that tonight.
Yeah.
He lasted longer.
We're tools. You know what else is a tool?
What else new?
An audiobook is a tool.
Audiobook is a tool. So is money. We like money. Get us some money. Go to www.audibletrial.com/citizenho and sign up for a free 30-day trial account and get a free audiobook download. There are thousands upon thousands of titles to choose from, such as
It, written by Stephen King, narrated by Steven Weber. Length.
Ooh.
He was in Wings.
Okay. I mean, I remember Wings, but
44 hours and 57 minutes long.
oh God.
I've never actually read it. I saw part of the miniseries a year ago, but I heard the movie's excellent. So
Yeah, so I've heard. I think I was in elementary school and I found the book like either in the library or in some pile of books in my classroom. It was like 5th or 6th grade, I think. And I was like, I know, because I knew Stephen King was a horror writer. I was like, let me try out a horror novel. So I started reading some of it. And I mean, I was too young. I don't think I really got it.
Gary Sanchez just hit another home run.
Okay, then.
7-3 Yankees.
7-3. Now they just have to hold the lead.
Well, lead, not leave.
I said lead.
It's still weird watching the Yankees play and Rivera not closing out a game.
And Jeter not at shortstop?
Yeah. No, but just specifically Rivera, like, I don't have the confidence I have. Because Chapman scares me.
Chapman can be pretty good. He's not like Rivera, but hey, Rivera had his moments where he collapsed too. They were just rare.
Yeah. We won't forget 2001.
Yeah, well, that was one of them.
Nobody's perfect, except for me.
No. You're just as imperfect as the rest of us. Deal with it.
Aw, nuts. So, Trump is still president.
Boo earns.
So, Pence flew to Indianapolis from Las Vegas to go to a game he knew he was going to leave early because he knew the players would protest.
Yeah. And?
That wasted like $500,000.
Yeah, and? How much money has Trump spent on going to New Jersey or Florida every other weekend?
I think he spent more on travel in his first year than Obama did in like his first term. Ooh, another base hit.
Okay, then.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't get it either, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, listen, Trump's going to be around for a while, and you just have to accept that one.
Well, I assume I'm guessing the Mueller report will be out by January, is my guess.
Maybe, but yeah, what's going to come of that? I don't know. Unless there's a really bad smoking gun in there.
Yeah. Well, he keeps ostracizing Congress more and more, which I think is hurting him.
He's ostracizing Congress?
Like this whole thing with Bob Corker?
Oh, Trump.
Yeah. Oh, not Mueller. I'm talking about Trump.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Mueller.
No.
Oh, well, Trump is... The one thing that I found interesting was that he made that deal with Schumer for the... Well, it was to extend the debt ceiling, and there was something else that he made a deal with the Democrats on.
I think it was the DACA thing, but then he changed what he wanted in it.
Maybe.
He is requesting in order to have the DACA bill signed, they have to have funding for border security and the wall.
Yeah, something like that.
But the wall is going to do nothing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing I don't get is most of these people
the problem
they don't come in by just walking over.
Yeah, the problem with immigration we have is people that come over legally and then don't leave when their visas are up and stay in the country. That's the problem that's in America. It's we don't get rid of those people. It's not the people coming across the Mexican wall. That's 2% of all people that come into the country illegally.
Yeah, well, most of those people fly. The wall's not going to stop a plane.
Yeah. Unless it's a really big wall.
Yeah, and it's not going to... Well, the way Trump described it, a big, beautiful wall.
Ugh. I wonder if the wall would have withstood the hurricane... Not the hurricane, the earthquake.
Don't know, don't care.
Yeah. And the whole Puerto Rico thing is just crazy.
Well, it's weird because... It sounds like there's a lot of stuff that's been sent down there, and I think Trump seems to think that that's okay, that's his role. Get the stuff down there. Then they have to worry about distributing it. Mm-hmm. But their whole infrastructure is for shit because the storm destroyed it.
And Puerto Rico had no money to begin with.
Yeah. So then when they complained that nothing was getting to them, he was like, "Well, that's not my problem." And he's not completely wrong, but you know what? Yeah, you should have had a little bit of a more complete plan.
And
They should have known, like, hey, the infrastructure is damaged. Let's make sure that this stuff can actually get to them.
The thing that I would describe him as, I would say the term is forced empathy.
Maybe.
It's like he tries to sound empathic to people, but he comes off as ingenuine.
He comes off as ingenuine anyway.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything that comes out of his mouth sounds ingenuine.
Yeah, true. Somebody's talking about himself. Oh, not even that.
Yeah.
Anywho, you want to talk movies?
Yeah, we'll do movies.
Going to the movies, starring everybody and Kevin.
So for starters, we have Demon Hole.
Oh, before we start, just so you know, since we're recording on a Monday, we're going to do movies from the previous weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, we start off Demon Hole with Samantha Scafidi, Austin Ramsey, and Paris Campbell. Follows 16 doing forced community service in a remote forest where a fracking crew has unwittingly unleashed a demon. Okay then. Rotten.
I hate horror movies.
Yeah, alright, moving on.
Yeah. Mully. The sequel to Sully.
No.
Oh, drop the microphone. There we go.
Poor.
What happens when a 6-year-old boy in Kenya is abandoned by his family and left to raise himself on the streets? Mully is no ordinary rags to riches tale. It's a true story of Charles Mully, who is unlikely I have to move the mouse. Stratospheric rise to wealth and power leaves him questioning in his own existence, searching for meaning in life. Against the better judgment of family and community, Mully sets out to enrich the fate of orphan children across Kenya. Jeopardizing his own life and the security of his family, Charles Mully risks everything and sets in motion a series of events that is nothing short of astonishing.
It's a documentary, apparently, so documentary cred.
Yep.
Alrighty. Next, Chavela.
How do you know
A
it's not a Jewish
documentary.
movie?
What?
How do you know it's not Chavela?
A documentary chronicling the barrier-breaking Mexican ranchera singer Chavela Vargas. Yeah, it's not Jewish. Whose international fame peaked after a triumphant return to the stage at the age of 71. Once again, documentary cred, I guess.
I am inclined to agree. Blade Runner 2049. Not a documentary. Harrison Ford, Ryan Gosling, Robin Wright. 30 years after the events of the first film, a new Blade Runner, LAPD officer K, Ryan Gosling, unearths a long-buried secret that has the potential to plunge what's left of society into chaos. K's discovery leads him on a quest to find Rick Deckard, Harrison Ford, a former lapped Blade Runner who has been missing for 30 years.
LAPD.
I'm going to go fresh because I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, I'll go fresh for that.
Oh, God.
My Little Pony, the movie. Starring Kristen Chenoweth, Tara Strong, and Ashley Ball. A new dark force threatens Ponyville and the main six: Twilight, Sparkle, Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Rarity embark on an unforgettable journey beyond Equestria, where they meet new friends and exciting challenges on a quest to use the magic of friendship and save their home.
I'm going to go fresh on this because I've heard the show is actually really good. There's like a whole group of guys that worship the show called Bronies.
Yes, I've heard about them.
What are you doing?
Okay, I'll go fresh for that.
The Mountain Between Us. Idris Elba, Kate Winslet, Dermot Mulroney. Stranded after a tragic plane crash, two strangers must forge a connection and survive the extreme elements of a remote snow-covered mountain. When they realize help is not coming, they embark on a terrifying journey across hundreds of miles of wilderness, pushing one another to endure and igniting an unexpected attraction. Yeah, Rodden.
Yeah. Okay. 2307, Winter's Dream. Starring Paul Sidhu, Brandon Coles, and Ariel Holmes. The year is 2307 AD. The Earth is frozen over and virtually uninhabitable. The remaining humans live underground, unable to survive the subarctic temperatures. With no manpower, scientists bioengineered humanoids that possess great strength, speed, and tolerance to extreme cold. When a rogue humanoid escapes and threatens to lead a rebellion against mankind, an elite team of soldiers led by decorated killer Commander Bishop must hunt and kill the fugitive. Right.
Yeah, rotten.
Rotten.
Ooh, Barracuda.
Uh-huh.
Allison Tolman, Sophie Reed, Jo Beth Williams, a young British woman named Sinaloa,
Yeah, sure.
comes to Tejas to find Merle, her half-sister by way of their dead country musician father. It doesn't take long for Sinaloa to charm her way into Merle's life. Her singing awakens something in Merle and erases any lingering doubts about their shared bloodline. But an all-too-familiar chaos comes with it, which soon starts to unravel Merle's stable world, her job, her upcoming marriage, and an already tense relationship with her mother, Patricia. And while the family music legacy has brought the stranger to town, darker motives are woven into the songs she sings, showing glimpses of violent rage that's been building for years.
Ooh.
Where do they come up with this shit? I'm going rotten.
I don't know. I'm going to go rotten on that also.
Damn, a lot of movies this week.
Yeah, there are. Next we have Better Watch Out, starring Olivia DeJonge, I don't know, Levi Miller, and Virginia Madsen. On one snowy night on a quiet suburban street, a babysitter, Olivia DeJonge, defends her 12-year-old charge, Levi Miller, from intruders, but quickly learns this is one extraordinary home invasion that demands an equally extraordinary response. Okay,
Rotten.
Yes.
Bobby Jean?
Bobby Jean, sure.
Bobby Jean, American dancer Bobby Jean, who after a decade of stardom in Israel, decides to leave behind her prominent position at the renowned Bathsheba dance company, as well as the love of her life, to return to the U.S. Documentary cred?
Yeah, sounds like it. What? Okay then. Brawl in Cell Block 99, starring Vince Vaughn, Jennifer Carpenter, and Mark Blucas. In Brawl in Cell Block 99, a former boxer named Bradley, Vince Vaughn, loses his job as an auto mechanic and his troubled marriage is about to end. At this crossroads in his life, he feels that he has no better option than to work for an old buddy as a drug courier. This improves his situation until the terrible day that he finds himself in a gunfight between a group of police officers and his own ruthless allies. When the smoke clears, Bradley is badly hurt and thrown in prison, where his enemies force him to commit acts of violence that turn the place into a savage battleground.
Rotten.
I'm going to go fresh on this. I don't know why. I'll probably be wrong.
City of Rock. Da Peng, Golnazar, Tiaoshan. City of Rock
Ugh.
follows Hu Liang, a young man from a small town in China who wants to protect the town's treasured rock park from redevelopment by a corporate real estate agent. Hoping to save the park by organizing a charity rock concert, he partners with music agent Cheng Gong, but when he's offered a large payout to cancel the concert, will Hu Liang choose money or will he save the beloved town park? Foreign film cred.
Yeah, I guess. Dementia 13, starring Julia Campanelli, Anna Isabel, Marianne No Sneeze, I don't know. A vengeful ghost, a mysterious killer, and a family brimming with secrets converge on one night of terror. Or in one night of terror. Yeah, rotten. Okay, move on.
Yeah, rotten. What am I doing? Dina. An outspoken and eccentric 19-year-old in suburban Philadelphia.
49-year-old.
What did I say?
You said 19-year-old.
Okay, Dina, an outspoken and eccentric 49-year-old in suburban Philadelphia, invites her fiancé Scott, not me, a Walmart tour greeter, to move in with her. Having grown up neurologically diverse in a world blind to the value of their experience, the two are head over heels for one another. But shacking up poses a new challenge. Filmmaker Don Sickles and Antonio Santini construct seamless verite scenes that lovingly frame Dina and Scott's vulnerable yet matter-of-fact romance. Whether at the local nail salon, the warm beaches of Ocean City, Dina's racy bachelorette party or on honeymoon in the Poconos, Dina captures the cadences and candid conversations of a relationship that re-examines the notion of love on screen. Yeah, rotten. Oh, it's actually a documentary. Never mind.
Documentary cred.
Someone really married a Walmart door greeter?
I guess so. Okay. Earth, One Amazing Day. Starring Robert Redford. Earth, One Amazing Day follows the journey of the sun for 24 hours as its awesome power shapes the lives of all the animals on the amazing planet we call home. Even the most familiar species, ourselves. A breathtaking voyage across the continents and through the oceans and skies, Earth, One Amazing Day is an enchanting, big-screen, family-friendly adventure that proves every day on Earth is heartwarming and inspiring.
Documentary cred.
Yes.
Generational Sins. The movie is about estranged brothers who try to honor their mother's dying wish by reconciling with their abusive alcoholic father.
Okay.
I'm going to go rotten.
Yeah, rotten. Yes. Loving Vincent, starring Douglas Booth, Jerome Flynn, and Chris O'Dowd, brings the artwork of Vincent van Gogh to life in an exploration of the complicated life and controversial death of one of history's most celebrated artists. More than 6 years in the making, with the help of 125 specially trained painters, Loving Vincent is a uniquely animated film composed of 65,000 painted frames. Drawn from meticulous research and inspired by Van Gogh's masterpieces, subjects, and 800 personal letters, Loving Vincent captures the world of Van Gogh in a cinematic experience like no other.
That actually sounds kind of interesting. I kind of want to see it.
Yeah.
Fresh.
Animation cred, fresh.
So Be It. Alfred Woodard, John Hurd, Cloris Leachman. Follows a girl named Heidi Bateman who lives with her mentally challenged mother, Barrett, and agoraphobic caretaker, Woodward. Heidi travels alone across the country to learn the truth about her family and herself. I'm going to try Fresh. Has a good
I'm
cast.
going to go rotten on it. The only one in that cast that I know is Cloris Leachman.
John Hurd is a good actor, and Alfred Woodard.
Duh. I don't know why I didn't recognize John Hurd's name. I'd have never heard of Alfred Woodard.
She's African American. Did you see Captain America in Civil War?
Yeah.
She's the woman at the beginning of the movie that tells Tony he killed her daughter, her son.
Okay.
You have a long one
All
to
right.
read.
Yeah, shit happens. The
You gotta-
Florida Project. Visiting my mother-in-law.
Or my
Starring
parents.
Willem Dafoe, Caleb Landry Jones, and Brooklyn Prince. Set on a stretch of highway just outside the imagined utopia of Disney World, the Florida Project follows six-year-old Mooney, Brooklyn Prince, and her rebellious mother, Hallie, Bria, I don't know. Over the course of a single summer, the two live week to week at the Magic Castle, a budget motel managed by Bobby, Willem Dafoe, whose stern exterior hides a deep reservoir of kindness and compassion. Despite her harsh surroundings, the precocious and ebullient Mooney has no trouble making each day a celebration of life, her endless afternoons overflowing with mischief and grand adventure as she and her ragtag playmates, including Jancy, a new arrival to the area who quickly becomes Mooney's best friend, fearlessly explore the utterly unique world into which they've been thrown. Unbeknownst to Mooney, but knownst to us, however,
I think of that every time I hear the term unbeknownst also.
her delicate fantasy is supported by the toil and sacrifice of Hallie, who is forced to explore increasingly dangerous possibilities in order to provide for her daughter.
Sounds too complicated of a description. I'm going rotten.
Yeah, I'm going to go rotten on it too, just because I don't know, something about it just doesn't add up.
Okay, The Osiris Child. Science Fiction Volume 1. Kellen Lutz, Daniel McPherson, Tegan Croft. The Osiris Child is set in a time of interplanetary colonization. Cy Lombrock, a drifter with a haunted past, forms an unlikely alliance with Kane Somerville, a lieutenant who works for off-world military contractor Exor. In a race against time, they set out to rescue Kane's young daughter, Indy, amid an impending global crisis created by Exor. The fact that I'm a nerd and never heard of this movie, I'm going rotten. I'm going rotten.
I'm going rotten because it just sounds stupid.
That too.
Okay, this is interesting. The Polka King, starring Jack Black, Jason Schwartzman, and Jackie Weaver. Local Pennsylvania polka legend Jan Lewin develops a plan to get rich that shocks his fans and lands him in jail. This exuberant tragicomedy recounts the remarkable but true story of the rise and fall of Polish emigre Jan Lewin, Jack Black, from striving tchotchke shop owner in the 70s to the undisputed king of Pennsylvania polka in the early 90s. Lewin pursued the American dream by any means necessary, fleecing investors and bribing officials to build a personal musical empire in what became the world's only known polka Ponzi scheme. Swept up by Lewin's charismatic charm are his devoted wife Marla, Jenny Slate, and his neurotic sidekick Mickey, Jason Schwartzman.
I kind of want to see this. I'm going fresh.
It's a Netflix cred, fresh.
Oh, they have better luck in series than movies, but it sounds interesting. Plus, props for using the word tchotchke in the description.
Of course.
The Stray. Michael Cassidy, Sarah Lancaster, Connor Corum. The Stray tells the true story of how a stray dog, Pluto, comes out of nowhere and impacts the Davis family, who are struggling in many ways. In just a short time, Pluto, the wonder dog, manages to save a toddler, bring comfort and companionship to a hurting 9-year-old boy, help restore a marriage, repair a broken father and son relationship. Pluto is not only a guard dog, he's a guardian angel. Sometimes help comes from the most unlikely places. Sometimes our prayer gets answered in strange ways. Sometimes one dog can change everything. I remember the first time I saw this movie when it was called Lassie. Rodden.
I don't know. I'm going to go fresh on this. Tugging at your heartstrings, cred.
We're having too many creds. We need to limit the amount of creds we have.
Okay, next we have Una, starring Rooney Mara, Ben Mendelsohn. You're thinking of Uno, dumbass. Ben Mendelsohn and Riz Ahmed. A young woman, Rooney Mara, decides to pay a visit to the older man, Ben Mendelsohn, with whom she had a sexual relationship when she was only 13 years old. Okay, then. I'm going to go rotten on it.
I'm going to go unrated because it's only a New York release.
It probably will be unrated, but...
Scott goes, you. Walking Out. Matt Bomer, Bill Pullman, a.k.a. Lone Star, and Josh Wiggins. Once a year, 14-year-old David, Josh Wiggins, travels from his mother's home in Texas to visit his loner father, Cal, Matt Bomer, in the remote mountains of Montana. There, the two embark on their annual hunting excursion, during which the Taciturn, Cal attempts to connect with his smartphone-addicted son. But when a terrifying turn of event leaves Cal critically wounded, it's up to the teenage David to summon enough strength for both of them. Rodden.
Agreed.
Let's see. To Rotten Tomatoes. Stupid ad blockers. Okay, so what do we got? Blade Runner 2049 fresh. The Mountain Between Us. Rodden. Woohoo. My Little Pony. Barely Rodden. And that's about all we
Darn.
have. They redid Flatliners.
Oh, yeah. And as we were recording this, the Star Wars trailer dropped.
Yeah, I need to watch that after this.
Yeah, me too. We'll talk about it next week.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Let's see, Mully.
Oh, wow. The Astros beat the Red Sox.
Yeah, that was earlier. Mully has no reviews. Chavella. Even their regular site has a slow search. Chavella, fresh, 87%.
Okay.
2037, I need that. 2307. $2,307. Fuck you. Yeah, 2307. No reviews. Ooh, Barracuda.
You tool.
What happens is I start typing, and then it loads, so it undoes what I type. It's kind of annoying. 91% fresh. We're wrong on that one. Better watch out. Better not cry. Santa Claus is fucking your mom.
No.
I have issue. Better watch out is fresh. We got that one wrong too. Bobby Janae. Oh, stupid website. Bobby Jean. Bobby Jean is not my lover.
No.
Rodden.
Just stop.
Documentary cred failed us.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
Brawl in Cell Block 99. Come on. 97%. Wow.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Damn.
City of Rock. That is not the sequel to School of Rock. No reviews. Dementia 13. Fuck you. It's not even. Oh, helps if, no. Helps if I spell it right.
Yeah, it would.
Dementia 13. Come on. No reviews. Dina. Come on. Sorry. Dina, 100%. Got that one right. Earth, one amazing day. Oh my fucking gods. Keep trying to look at the Yankee game.
Yeah, it's still 7-3.
Yep. Earth, one amazing day. 100% fresh. Generational.
Okay, then.
Generational sins. Generational sins. There we go. 33% rotten. We got that one right.
Okay.
The poster is a guy looking at a picture of a cross. Loving Vincent. Fresh. We got that one right. That's good. I actually kind of want to see that. I hope it comes to Netflix or something. I don't want to pay to see it. So be it. Rodden. You got that one right. I want fresh.
Hooah.
Come on. There we go. The Florida Project. Willem Dafoe. Fresh, 96%. We both went Rodden on that one. Ooh, the Osiris Child. I have a feeling this is going to be 0. The Osiris Child. Science Fiction Volume 1. Come on, 0%.
So I think something happened with the phone call because now I don't hear you on my phone at all.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you now.
I accidentally hit the mute button.
Tool.
Osiris Child is fresh, 65%. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay. Polka King. Come on. 64% fresh. Woohoo! Woo! You have to look at the poster. That Jack Black looks awesome.
Yeah, I didn't see it. There was no poster on Movie Insider.
The Stray. Come on, Rodden. 29%. Fuck the dogs. I have to wait for it to kick in before I start typing. That's what it is. Una.
Oh, you just learned this?
No, I learned it about 5 movies ago.
How many episodes of the show have we done?
No, but I usually don't do Una fresh 76%. You went rod and I went unrated.
Ah, yeah.
Walking out.
Well, it got rated.
And walking out is 92% fresh. We did not do well this week. Ooh, excuse me. All right, so something else I just thought of. Anyway, that is the episode for tonight. You can find us at facebook.com/citizenho, tweet us at citizenhobod, Instagram at citizenhobod, email us dumbass@citizenho.com, like us, review us, Stitcher, Google Play Music, iTunes. I'm Scott.
I'm Kevin.
Be excellent to each other.
Bye-bye.
Station.